Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. So it's the start of December, which means we can officially count down to Christmas and nobody can give out about it. It also means that it's time to look back over November and show you some of my favourites. I have mainly makeup, but there's a couple of bits in there as well, random bits. So if you want to see my November favourites, just keep watching. So my first non-related beauty favourite is these headphones. They're nothing fancy and they weren't very expensive. They are rose gold though. But they're wireless headphones and I got them mainly for editing, but now that I've been going to the gym, they've come in super handy for listening to music because I like to listen to gangster rap as I work out. They're from a brand called Goji, I believe, which is owned by Tiny Tempe. I had never heard of them. I just kind of went in looking for a semi-decent pair of headphones that were somewhat squishy, and these were €30, I think. I couldn't afford Bose and I didn't want to spend €150 on a pair of headphones. So they're squishy enough. They're not the most comfortable. Like, my ears do hurt after a while, but they're more comfortable than earbuds because they don't fit in my ears, and they work really well wirelessly. The battery on them lasts for ages as well, and they're rose gold. So I wanted to add these in because I've been using them so much over the last few weeks because I've been going to the gym 3 times a week and these are constantly on my head. And another thing that's kind of gross but good about them as well, that they're wipe clean, because I do sweat a lot when I'm working out, and yeah, I want to be somewhat clean and be able to like antibacterialize them, and I'm able to do it with these. And as I said, they were only about 30 quid, so I thought they were a good buy and they work really well. As I said, they're not the most comfortable, but for the price I paid for them, I think they're really good. So yeah, my first favourite. So my second favourite are non-beauty related as well. They're these earrings that I have in my ears from House of Harlow. They're the sunburst earrings that people went crazy for, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And I've had them since then. I picked them up on Shop. I had seen, I think it was Heart from That's Heart wearing them, and I got obsessed with them and I had to find them, and I got them in Shop for I think they were about 40 quid, which I think is really good. But I'm going through a bit of a non-jewellery phase. Like, I'm not really buying any costume jewellery or anything like that. Things just aren't floating my boat, so I'm kind of just wearing what I have that's kind of semi-decent, and these are literally something I have in my ears every day. They're gold around the outside and then you have black leather in the middle, and they have never tarnished or they don't look like I wear them every day. Like, they're in pretty good nick, and I haven't, to be fair, I haven't really taken care of them. I actually lost them for about 6 months and found them in a bag somewhere. So I think they're doing pretty well for as long as I've had them and the lack of care I've shown for them. But I just wanted to add them in because they're something I wear all the time, and sometimes you kind of take things like that for granted, but like, I just feel comfortable wearing them and I quite like them, and they add a bit of something without being too in your face and crazy. So yeah, my second favourite. So everything from here on out is makeup related, and the first thing is something that people went crazy for over the last couple of months, and I did as well and went out and picked it up. It's the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. It looks a bit like this. I have a couple of blog posts about this over on Beauty Nook, so I'll link them down below. Everything is matte in this except for this one, which is like a satin highlight shade, and you get a brush with it as well, but I don't have it with me here. As you can see, I'm not at home. But I'm not saying they're the best eyeshadows I've ever used, and some of the colours look different when you actually use them on your eyes, but I've just been picking this up literally every day this month. I particularly use the highlight shade, which is this one here, then the 2 beside it, actually the 3 beside it, and then these 2 warmer shades on the bottom. And these are the shades I've kind of been using to just kind of do a neutral eye or define my crease. And yeah, as I said, I'm not saying it's the best palette ever in the world, but it's actually very useful, and I've been getting a lot of wear out of it, so I had to add it in. My next favourite is a foundation that an old school classic that they've, well, L'Oreal have reformulated, and they've also added more shades to the range, which is brilliant. You've probably seen the campaign, they have it everywhere, and every time you put a YouTube video on, the ad comes up. It's the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I have it in the shade Rose Ivory, which is great for kind of pale pink tone skin. Again, I have a full review of this on the blog, so I'll link it down below. But I just wanted to add it in because I've been picking it up every day. It's not the best for oily skin. Like, it does kind of have, it's more of a satin finish, and it doesn't last as well on my skin. But for the winter, I'm a little bit more dry, and like my more dehydrated patches become more dehydrated, so I'm finding this great for that, and I'm finding it great for like gliding over kind of drier patches around my nose and stuff like that. As I said, it doesn't probably last as long as my Ride or Die L'Oreal foundation, the Infallible 24-hour matte, which is probably my favourite. So what I do is I mix both of these together, and they're like a perfect match. So yeah, as I said, I have a full review of this on the blog, but it's a really good all-around foundation. I kind of think it would work for every skin type, which you don't kind of say often about foundation. So yeah, I've been getting a lot of use out of this, and I probably will get a lot of use out of this over the coming months, and I had to add it in. So my last two favourites are eye products, and they're both eye pencils, but used for different things. My first one is the Kiko Long Lasting Stick, just called the Long Lasting Stick, in 05, which is like a taupey purpley shimmer. Let's see if I can swatch it here so you can see. I love these. I have a few of them, and they're really great. They're really creamy and blendable and super pigmented. And this one, for whatever reason, has just been floating my boat throughout the month of November. I've been using it loads, kind of under any eyeshadows that I use on the lid and under the eyes as well sometimes. But these are just a great addition to your makeup arsenal. They're very like the By Terry Ombre Black Stars, but for like a third of the price. Like, I love the By Terry ones, don't get me wrong, but these are much more affordable, and they kind of do the same job. But yeah, like, I have a green one, I have a blue one, I have a more goldy one as well. They come in an abundance of shades, and I think they work out at about €6 or €7, which I think is really reasonable. I wish Kiko would open a store in Dublin. They have one in Belfast now, so maybe one day we might get one, because it's a really nice brand and it's really affordable as well. So my last favourite is kind of on the same vein. It's the Colourpop. As you can see, all the writing has rubbed off it, but I believe they're called cream gel liners, and this is in the shade Get Paid, which is like a warm bronze colour. But I have it on today, although you might not be able to see it. But I use this in my waterline. I just find it kind of a nice change from black or brown. It works really well. Like, I layer it up about 3 or 4 times before I head out, but it lasts really well, and it's really creamy and easy to use in the waterline, because not all pencil liners are. And it complements my eye colour really well. It kind of brings out the green in my eyes. So there you have it. My favourites for November 2016 are done and dusted, and I won't see it in a favourites capacity on YouTube until next year technically, because I can't talk about December until January. So that's pretty nutty. Christmas and all, and New Year's has to come before I can talk about what I've been loving, but I'm sure there'll be some cool things. I'm sure I might get some Christmas presents that I want to talk about. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But I'm sure I'll see you for other videos before then. As always, thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will talk to you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.